Welcome back. If you've been here before, if you don't know, I'm Lee and I make art and videos about art. So this is a quick one for me. I just wanted to get a thought out of my head and just kind of verbalize it somehow. And as you can tell by the title, the thought is there one secret to art? And what I mean by that is there one secret that is like a blanket secret that if you know it, you can get better at art. And if I'm honest, I just don't think it's reasonable to think that there is at all. Not just with art, but with anything. I think that there are always a multitude of contributing factors, and depending on who you are, what the thing is that you're trying to get better at, and where you are in your life and the environment, that the different contributing factors will have different levels of importance at the time. That being said, there is one thought that I've come across recently that, or I should say that I've realized that has taken huge priority in my artistic development and actualizing my creative potential. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So I'll be doing so by going over some of my old work, because I just last weekend I participated in my first ever art exhibition, and it was amazing, and it made me really grateful for where I am now. And I was kind of reminiscing about what I've done up until this point. So I'm just going to show some footage of some old sketchbooks just to kind of trip down nostalgia lane, just while I'm talking and kind of riffing and spitting through some thoughts on this. Okay, so this thought that I've had, or that I've realized of late, is that getting out of my own way is invaluable. Now, getting out of my own way, I'm still not sure I quite understand what it means, but I have a rough idea, and I think it's to do with ego and making sure that my ego doesn't prevent me from trying things. And I mean this in a very self-centered way, where there's an entitlement that I think, no, people should like my work for the reasons I like my work, or I should be given certain things because I think my work is better, or I don't want to try doing that thing because it's hard, and then my ego protects me and I convince myself out of doing something that otherwise would have been very beneficial for me. And I think this realization of getting out of my own way, of not allowing my ego to prevent me from trying things, has allowed me to start flourishing in my work, and has allowed me to really benefit creatively. And I think I could talk about this in a bunch of different ways, about how my ego actually prevents me from getting anywhere productive with my art. And I think the two things that really allowed me to get out of my own way were two thoughts, and they're quite simple ones. So the first one was, I don't mind if I'm not good enough. If that's out of my hand, that's fine. But I won't not do something just because it's hard. I have to try. I have to keep doing it. And if it's just really hard, then I'll just try really hard. And if it's just a matter of hard work or working hard at working smart, then that's what I'll do. And if it takes that to actualize my creative potential, then that's what's needed. And the second simple thought that really pushes me through was a shift in perspective. So really taking myself out of that entitlement mentality. And instead of thinking that I'm good or I'm great, I just think about the art being great, and I just think about giving to the art. And it's not only helped with how I receive compliments or criticism or my own self-doubts, because I don't critique myself as a person or even necessarily the idea too much, or at least if I do it in a different way, but I critique the work. How effective is the work at communicating the idea or concept that I have? How developed are my skills within this medium or with this aesthetic? Not only has it helped with that, but it's also helped with communicating with other artists as well. So now when I'm in a situation where I wish to collaborate with another artist, or the thought of collaborating comes up, my sole thought is, let's make great art together so there's more of it. If anyone wants to learn from me, or I want to learn from anyone, my sole mentality when trying to teach someone or learn from someone is only, I just want there to be more great art. I don't care about how I am in it. And it hasn't, which I think is really good, it hasn't affected my feelings of positivity towards myself. I get really proud of myself for overcoming things, but I don't feel great because I can do something better, or that's more widely appreciated than someone else. And by contrast, I also don't feel worse by it. I don't feel like I'm measuring myself against other people, and it's alleviated this huge weight off my shoulders where I can just go and create and not stress about any of it. But that's what I've been thinking about for the last few days, and I hope this resonates with someone. If you feel like you've been getting in your own way, or you feel as though things are just a little too hard, and this helps even a little bit, and we can have more great art, then I'm happy. And thank you so much for listening. Thanks for looking at my old artwork and my new stuff with me. And if you want to see more of my work, I have more on my socials and my website, so check those out, and I'll catch you on the next one.